Virgin Islands Johnny cake, Virgin Islands beef pate. Those are the two national dishes of the Virgin Islands, where I'm from. You are watching Floribbean Cuisine with Chef Winston. We are in for a treat. Let's get it. Coming from the United States Virgin Islands, which you have to visit, sunshine, beaches, and nothing but relaxation and good old time. This dish that I'm creating for you guys, this is actually one of the Virgin Islands national dishes. You go to the Virgin Islands, you go to one of those restaurants, one of those side shacks, or even, this is done in everybody's household, a Johnny cake. What's a Johnny cake? It's simple. It's basically a fried dough. Some people call it a fried dumpling, but it's oh so good. You can put cheese in between it after it's fried. You can put ham. You can have it as a breakfast sandwich. I've made this numerous times, different applications throughout my catering company. And now that same dough, you can make fillings, beef fillings, conch fillings, all kind of different fillings to put inside of the same dough. Some places in Latin America or Puerto Rico and those guys, they call it empanadas, empanadillas. In the Virgin Islands, we call it patés. I remember, quick story, I remember when I was in high school, there was a lady across the street in this shanty-like frame building. I'm talking about it was so small. This lady was there making these from scratch. All of the students used to go over there, form a long line, ordering the pate for lunch, and it was oh so good. Oh my goodness. And then you get a bottle of jungle juice with that. Jungle juice, which is just a fruit punch that's not even good for a whole bunch of sugar, but that was something I remember in my childhood. So today, I'm bringing you a grown version of jungle juice as well. So we're gonna be create Johnny cake, beef pate, and a jungle juice cocktail. So let's get started. I'm gonna start doing the dough for the Johnny cake first. Very simple. What I got here, some plain all-purpose flour. Let's put it out here so you guys can see. Plain all-purpose flour. We're gonna add some sugar. This dish, I'm telling you, this is something I will never forget growing up, man. Some salt. We put about 3 teaspoons of salt in here, not much. Over here. And then I'm gonna add some baking powder, just for that little rise, that little poof. As you're frying it, you're gonna see it come up live. And this is such, listen, I'm so excited sharing this with you guys. So I'm telling you, when you do go to the Virgin Islands and you visit the Virgin Islands, you have to look for a Johnny cake. And I understand some of the restaurants, you go to a restaurant, you get bread service. This is what you'll be getting as your bread service in some of the better restaurants in the Virgin Islands. A Johnny cake. Once you sit down and get your glass of water or order your cocktail, you'll be getting some Johnny cake on the side. Okay? So that's what I'm sharing with you guys. A piece of my Caribbean culture, the Virgin Islands. Okay? So, those are my dry ingredients that I'm putting in here. I'm gonna mix that up first, really slow. And following with that, what I'm gonna do is add some shortening. Let's get this here. I'm gonna add some shortening to this, right here, put it in. Let me see if I can slow this down a little bit. Take this off. What I like to do, when I add my shortening to the dry ingredients, I like to get in there and use my fingers. Use my fingers and break up that shortening. Just run it through my fingers so it can distribute evenly, okay? And then we're gonna put it back on the mixer, and I'll be right back and show you guys that section, okay? Nice. That shortening is nicely distributed in here. So we're gonna put it back on to our mixing bowl, into our mixer. I like using this mixer because it takes out a lot of the work for me, you know, rather than just kneading it by hand. But all of the old school way, every mom in the Virgin Islands making this product, the grandmas, you go into the kitchen, they're using their hands making this because these mixers wasn't available, okay? So I love making this here. I got in my kitchen, my commercial kitchen for catering, I got a humongous one, a floor model, and doing carnival time and doing special events or even a catering job. We make a lot of these. We also sell the mix as well. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, this is nicely blended up with the shortening. What I have here is evaporated milk. So we're gonna add this evaporated milk to this slowly. So now we're forming the dough, okay? Pour this in here and watch it come together. Yes, but beautiful. So it's coming together. Once you start to see your dough pull away from the sides, that's when you know you got something special, which is right here like that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna replace this with the dough hook so we're not over mixing it, okay? I'm gonna replace it with a dough hook so we're not over mixing it, just so we can knead gently. And behind that, we're gonna rest it, okay? I'm so excited. You guys gonna be seeing Virgin Island style Johnny cake, and we're gonna take the same dough and make a beef filling, beef pate, and we're gonna wash it all down with some jungle juice. I'm talking about some Virgin Island style jungle juice, right? So this dough hook is on here, and let's put it slowly. Perfect. This is looking perfect, 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 perfect. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel, Catering CC. Follow us on Instagram on Catering CC as well. We got a lot of cool recipes, a lot of fun things happening on there, okay? So all these recipes you can find there. Looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, let me stop this for a quick second, and then we're gonna bring this down, and we're gonna let this rest, okay? Just so you can see what this looks like. Can you guys see what this is looking like right here? Perfect. It's a perfect dough. I'm gonna take some flour, dust in here, put it around, and I'm gonna cover this and let it rest. And what we're gonna do next, we're gonna make the beef filling, and we're gonna portion out some Johnny cake rounds. So I'll be right back. Listen, we're gonna dive in and start making a filling for the same dough I just made, okay? So, some ground beef. We can make any type of filling. This application I'm showing you, you can lend this same application to the other fillings. We got the saltfish pate, beef pate, which is very popular. The saltfish and the beef and conch. Those three items, and people have evolved and started making vegetarian with tofu. You see, same process I'm about to show you, okay? Nothing special or anything too much creative. You can get creative and add more stuff, but I'm gonna show you an easy, classical way of making this, okay? So what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of oil to my skillet. And I got some regular ground beef, okay? Some 80-20 ground beef. You don't have to, if you want lean, you can, but I like a little fat in it for the moisture, okay? So we're gonna add this in here, okay? And then we're gonna chop it up and get it here nice and cooked. So while this is here doing, I'm gonna season this with a little bit of black pepper and salt. Some fresh black pepper, look at that. I love black pepper on my beef, yeah? Some salt, we're gonna add some salt to this. Yeah, Virgin Island style Johnny cake and beef pate. That's right. You see what I'm here doing? I'm here cooking this up. It's not gonna take too long. We wanna get all the red out of it and nice and brown, okay? Fire, ooh, look at the fire. We are cooking. See fire, that means we're cooking. Looking good. So I'll be right back. Let me brown this up, get the blood out of it, and get it nice for you guys, okay? All right, this is what we're looking for. You see, the meat is cooked down, it is seasoned. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna put it into a side container. Turn this off. Put this into a side container for now. Then we're gonna come back now. This is, hold on there. Smelling so good. We're making beef pate. The word pate, of course, there are different ways to express what a pate is. Beef patty, people look at it as a hamburger, beef. Some people look at the pate as a cold situation where it's in Garmager, they call it a pate. That's a formula, that's a fancy word in French. But we're doing a Caribbean style beef pate. You go throughout the Caribbean, that's what you order in a pate. Jamaican got their version. The Virgin Islands got their version. There's different versions on it, but it's the same sense. Beef pate or pate. While this is getting hot again, I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. There you go. A little bit more oil. And I'm gonna add my vegetables, which will be, I got some onions, okay? We got some peppers, okay? I'm gonna add some fresh garlic. You're gonna saute that up, okay? Saute that up, make it nice. And of course, you always gotta season. We season every time we layer in flavors, okay? Looking good. Oh man, I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Part of my culture. So here we go. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna introduce the beef back into this. Toss this up. Toss this up. And then what I'm gonna do, add a little bit of water to create a little sauce. Not much. You can use some beef stock if you like, but water just is fine. Just a little. And behind that water, we're gonna put some tomato paste to tighten this up and to make it that nice saucy beef that you know and love in a pate. So once you bite into this, you're getting all of these nice flavors. Oh man, this is looking just like I grew up eating in the Virgin Islands. That's right, sharing with you guys. Look how beautiful this is looking so far. So, we're behind that, we're just gonna bring it home by finishing up with seasoning. I like to add some parsley, a little bit of parsley, some fresh thyme. I got some fresh thyme over here. Put inside there. Cooking down, looking good, looking fine. Oh my goodness, smelling good. Turn down the flame a little bit. Some fresh thyme. And of course, I always like a little kick. Pepper flakes. Put some pepper flakes in there. Look how beautiful this is looking. Can you guys get a gander at that? So now, this is optional to you, but what I like to do, I like to add a little bit of breadcrumbs. Not to dry the meat out, but to try to keep it together. So when you eat into the pate, it's not falling all over you, it's keeping its texture. So I've got a little bit of breadcrumbs, not to make it dry, just a little, that's it. That's it, right there. Huh? Oh, look at the flavors. Look at that. So I'm gonna taste this now to make sure it's where I want it to be, okay? Turn it off. Oh man, let's taste this. Whew, cannot wait. Perfect. The only thing I would want, I like my food spicy. Just a little kick more. That's it. That's that. So I'll be right back. While this is cooling down, we're gonna start making some Johnny cakes. All right, so now the beef is done, we're gonna start making Johnny cake. We're gonna make the dough for the Johnny cake, and we're gonna make the dough for the beef pate, aka empanadillas, but Virgin Island style, empanadas. So this is what the dough looks like. Nice and pliable. It has been resting, nice and moist. Get some flour, dust it over here on your situation, on your cutting board. I'm gonna cut this in half. We're gonna make half Johnny cake and half the beef patés, okay? Let's do like this. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna start rolling this out. Dust my rolling pin and start rolling this out nice and flat. Then we're gonna cut it into portions, all right? Guys, look how beautiful. The dough itself has a nice fragrance to it. Some people put coconut flakes in this for a coconut Johnny cake, which is totally fine. But what I'm sharing with you guys is some things, oh my gosh, I love that I grew up with. This is perfect diameter. What I'm gonna do to create my Johnny cake, I can pull it apart, but hey, I'm a modern chef now, so I'm just gonna take some cutters, and we're just gonna cut out some Johnny cake portions. Look at that. Bam! Some Johnny cake portions. Look at this. Easy, 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 easy. This is all I'm doing here, cutting out some rounds to make it look nice and uniform and consistent. That's why I like these cutters. Don't throw this away. This is valuable stuff. You want to hold on to that, okay? So these are like 6, 7 Johnny cake I have here. Now behind that, what I will do is this. Got some flour, and we'll start pricking. Why am I pricking this? I'm pricking this for easier or faster, even cooking. When I prick this, they're gonna cook evenly. They're gonna transform and poof up in a beautiful biscuit form looking situation. So when you bite into this, the steam, the lovely flavor, you're gonna be enjoying. Oh, I cannot wait for you guys to see this. Like I said, this same recipe is on my YouTube channel. It got hundreds and thousands of views already. Visit us over there, cateringcc.com, so you can see those as well, along with a whole bunch of other videos. So, the Johnny cake is ready. Some people like to, this is another situation. Some of the classic Johnny cake you would see if you type in Johnny Cake Virgin Islands, you would see a slit in the middle. Some people like to do the slit in the middle. For what reason? I guess it cooks evenly in their opinion, but I do not do that. But hey, we got one to try it out, okay? Now, for the other part of the dough, we're gonna make the dough for the pate. We're gonna fill the beef pates with this, okay? We're gonna do the same thing, roll it out, but we're gonna roll it out a little thinner because we gotta fill it up and enclose it like a nice little meat pocket, so to speak, okay? So here we go, enjoying, teaching you guys a little bit about my culture, where I'm from, having fun doing it, and you guys are checking me out on Floribbean Cuisine with Chef Winston. That's right, baby. Those of you, I'm not sure, those of you who follow me, you do know I got a date night every Tuesday night, date night live. All that's required is a glass of wine. Join me and have a good old time. That's right, we do a lot of cool stuff on there. And here I am now, Chef Winston, got his cooking show. We're doing it right. So here we go. Once again, same situation. We're gonna take a bigger round since we're gonna enclose it. We want enough room and diameter to fill the enclosure of the pate, or not the pate, but the dough of the Johnny cake. And this is what we're gonna do. It's a little bigger, a little thinner, and this is gonna be so amazing and so much fun. Loving this. So, I'm gonna have to cook it. We'll see what we're working with. So let's put this on the side for now. I'll be right back. Let me get the beef, okay? So yes, I'm making these beef pates. Oh, listen, this is so amazing. You wanna look at this here. All you gotta do is put it in the center. Do you see the time and love that goes into these beef pates? And it amazes me sometimes how much they're sold for. But nevertheless, you guys can make it at home as well. They're just looking at Chef Winston, tighten it up for you. This stuff here, make me wanna lick my fingers. So as you notice, I roll my dough out and I put the beef in the middle, whatever filling that you got, your conch, cheese, ham, whatever filling you like. And we're gonna enclose it, and I'm taking some water. You can take some water or some egg wash. Egg wash meaning some eggs mixed with some water or milk. This is gonna help seal the dough once I crimp it over, okay? I got one here, so check this out. Turn it to you guys. This is what I do. Bring it over and seal it, like that. That's all this is. Turn it around, seal it. We are cooking up some beef pates, Virgin Island style. That's right, Virgin Island style beef pates. Get some water here, dab dab. And then to further enclose it, to make sure everything is nice and like in a nice little pocket, get a simple fork. Some people got a crimper, but hey, this is all homeschool style cooking right here. Get a fork, dip it in some flour, and crimp down, nice and gently. Not too hard, you don't want to bust the dough. This is all I'm doing. The reason I'm putting it in the flour, so the fork does not stick to the dough. Beautiful. Look at how this looks. So we're gonna go over here and start frying right now, and I'll meet you at the oven. So check it out, we got some hot oil here. You can set your hot oil at 325 to 350. So I'm gonna drop my pates and my Johnny cake, and put my pates first. 2 of those in here. I'll put 3. And of course, the Johnny cake. We're gonna put the Johnny cake in the same oil, fry this all up. Carnival, this is something you're gonna have to go to in the Virgin Islands. When you go to carnival time, you go to any of the booths, the food vendors. This is what they're selling. Some Johnny cake, some fish, fried fish. Oh my goodness. Guys, introducing you to my Virgin Islands Johnny cake and beef pate. These are frying up nicely. We're gonna get them nice and golden brown. I'll be right back so you guys can see what the finished product look like. Yeah. Look at this, y'all. Look at what I got. Voila. Johnny cake, beef pates, the color, the smell. And of course, I promise you, like I told you when I was younger in the Virgin Islands, when the kids go to get a Johnny cake, we always get a jungle juice. I'm gonna make you some jungle juice, but guess what? My twist, jungle juice, the adult version. Basically, it's very simple. Simple. It's almost like making a sangria. Check this out. I'm gonna put some orange, some strawberries. Yes. I'm gonna put some pineapple, some lime for a little citrus kick. So this is what we're gonna put on here. What I have, fruit punch. Put some fruit punch in there. I got me some banana juice. Ooh wee, we coming along. Pink lemonade. Some cranberry juice. And this is what makes it grown up. We got some rum. We got some vodka. You can't leave that out. Hey, listen. I'm taking you guys island style. That's right, I'm taking you guys island style. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna put this in here, mix this up. Jungle juice, baby. Jungle juice. So this is how we're gonna do. We're gonna plate this bad boy up, right? I got some glasses here. We're gonna make this up. Let's plate this up. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna take some orange slices, lime slices, okay? And then we're gonna take this jungle juice, looking so fresh, refreshing. Pour in here, give it a little bit of ice. Pour. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I'm living in South Florida, and guess what? I just brought the islands here to me. What I love. Oh my goodness. And of course, we gotta make it look sexy, right? Why not? Let's get some mint in there. Floribbean style. So there you have it. Jungle juice, the grown-up version, and my beef pates. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Chef Winston. I've been Chef Winston, Floribbean cuisine with the Virgin Islands style right here, okay? But before I go, please allow me to show you what it looks like inside and give it a taste. I want you guys to see that. Can you see that? Ooh. Give it a little taste. Nice and pillowy. Same thing for the Johnny cake. So you guys try this at home. Oh, let me get a little sip of my jungle juice. Oh yes. Just give me the soca music, reggae music. We having a good old time. Chef Winston, cheers.